Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's video I've prepared a beautiful, lovely, fun project for you, and since for this painting I'm not using a reference photo, I will not be showing that one to you, but the finished painting. So you can see this is how the finished painting looks, and as you can see we will be painting some snowflakes on the window, and I hope you will have fun. I hope you will join me. All the materials are listed in description box below, so you can check it out, prepare yourself, and well, start to paint this fun little project, winter project with me. So first we will start by painting a window, and well, I'm using a ruler, but you really don't have to. You can just do it without it. You can make some lines that are not perfect because this is an old cracked window, and well, the wood is well cracked in all sorts of way, so we don't have to be bothered with making it perfect. So this is our window, and well, first I want to tell you something. I will be using for this masking fluid, but masking marker. But if you do not have a masking marker, you can of course use this pen. This is a gel pen from Uniball, this one, but maybe you have yours, white gel pen. It doesn't have to be the same brand. And we will be adding snowflakes at the end. And so for those who have marker, I will show how I'll do it with marker, and for those who don't have a marker, well, you can use your white gel pen at the end. And if you don't have a white gel pen also, just like that, you can use a white gouache. It makes no difference, it's just whatever you like, whatever you prefer, and you can use that. Okay, let's start. I will make a couple of snowflakes, and well, not any particular shape, but just gonna do some beautiful snowflakes, maybe like something like that. See, I'm not trying to make it perfect also, because you know, snowflakes are perfect, they are very beautiful, but this is fun. This is one fun painting, and we're not gonna bother ourselves with making it incredibly and utterly too perfect. And this is a couple of dots, something like that, maybe a couple of small ones, although we can make that at the end by splashing with white gouache, but it doesn't matter, we can do it right now. Something like that, and again one more. With tapping. You can do snowflakes any shape you like, size, whatever you prefer. See, there's beautiful snowflakes. And I used to have a thinner fine tip, but I guess I didn't clean it properly and it's clogged, but it doesn't matter. So I'll do a couple of with white gel pen at the end, so I won't do anything more right now. And as we've done that, we'll get into painting, and we'll start, just a second, we'll start with our window. And as I said, it is an old cracked window, and we're gonna use, well, I suppose we're gonna use, you can use Payne's gray, but I will mix Ultramarine and Sepia. That I love that combination for gray. And well, maybe in some part I'll put a little bit more sepia. There you go, here it is. And for some parts I will use a little bit more ultramarine. Oh, just having trouble closing it. Okay. And for this, well, if I can fit this one here so you can see it. Well, not actually that color, but it doesn't matter. So we're having some ultramarine here. This is me moving my water jar. Ultramarine, a lot of it. I want to mix enough color. So this is ultramarine and some sepia. Adding a little bit so I get that grayish color, but on the blue side, you know. So there you go, there it is. I did pre-wet my paper, just the part where the window is. And as you can remember, I said it would be cracked window, so it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. It can have his ups, downs, whatever. And there you go. And I'm gonna use a little bit smaller brush. This is a round brush and it's number 8. Also the same color, and I'm gonna tap the darker color right here. It's just corner, so in the corner we have a bit darker color. And here, see, and we're gonna make some, well, adding some dots to make a little bit texture. Again, texture, you can probably see that I love texture, adding texture to everything I do. So a couple here, it's maybe in the shadow, and again a little bit more here. And I guess, well, that is the first layer of our window. And I think we should let it dry, and when it dried, we'll come back. Well, I'm back. My paint is dry, and as I said a couple of times before, I'm not a very patient person, so I used my dryer to dry it. And if you are patient enough, you can wait until it's dried, but if you're like me, you can dry it with your dryer. People say it's different, it's not that beautiful when it's dried with a dryer and naturally, but you know what, when you're an impatient person, it's perfect anyway. So now I will do a couple of, just a second, I will do a couple of cracks in our paint, and for that I will be using Payne's Gray. See, and we need to make it quite enough saturated for this. And I'm gonna do one here, and it's a crack, so it's not, well, the crack isn't perfect either. So like that, maybe some here. You know what, I'm looking at this and I can see this is not my usual brush, my usual script brush, so well, then we're gonna do one here. Again, keep in mind that watercolors, when they're dry, they're pretty dark, pretty lighter, pretty much lighter. So it's I can make a couple of lighter ones. And maybe some, you know, with that side of my brush, I'm doing a couple of strokes to give it a bit of that wood texture. I'm using my texture of my paper, and again the side of my brush to make that texture looking a little bit like wood. See, some are darker, some are lighter. And you know what? I advise you to, when painting, take a photograph of you of painting, in the middle of painting, when you're stuck, and just look at your painting through the lens, through the camera, and well, maybe you'll get a different perspective, because right now I'm looking at my camera and I can see how that painting looks through camera, and I'll tell you, it does look different, and sometimes looking at it just gives you that, you know, idea what is missing, what should be done differently. And well, just this is my advice: take a photograph, look at your photograph, and maybe you'll get the idea what you need to correct in your painting. So we're doing just a little bit more cracks, a little bit more darker areas, because as I said, this is an old window and the paint has chipped, cracked, and well, I just see, I'm not doing anything special, I'm just, well, just wiggling my brush, just using its tip, then using its side, and making those cracks. And for this I'm using cold press paper. I usually paint on cold press paper. Well, I find it, for me, it's the best paper. It can be used for anything, you know, for things that, for a subject that needs smoother paper, and for those who needs more rough paper. And well, you can use this cold press paper for almost anything, and that is not the same thing with rough paper or hot pressed, because hot pressed paper is just too smooth for some things, and rough is just, well, I suppose too rough. So I'm always choosing cold pressed, and well, I'm using it for any subject, and it's just, for me, it showed as well the best way. I'm just adding a little bit more darker, lighter areas, and I think we're gonna call it a day. Not gonna do anything more to our window, maybe just in this corner. I just see where I'm just missing something here, so I just want to add this darker part in this corner. There we go. And right now I really won't do anything else. Now it needs to dry completely, and as I said before, I will use my dryer, so forgive me, I'm gonna dry right now. Window is transparent, but in this case the snow has fallen and everything is white outside, so our window will be a little bit foggy from the cold outside. I just don't want puddles on my paper, so I'm wetting it, but I'm removing puddles. So for that, I will also be using a big brush, and this time I will be using, this is, well, I guess Azure, Azure, never sure how it's pronounced. And I will just here and there add that blue. We won't paint, of course, the entire scenery blue. But we need to make it a different color so that we can later on add that white snowflakes. So there you go, just a little bit here. And well, I guess I will put just a little bit this color here. So we don't want our entire window to be, I guess, same bluish, maybe some here parts, just to give it some interest. It doesn't have to be all same color. There you go, and now we will dry that. And if this is dried, I will just add a little bit more of that color right here. And just slightly move it, because I don't want my color, I don't want my paint to, you know, make that border, but I want it to flow beautifully. So, and a little bit more Payne's gray in that corner. You know, they're always just a little bit more, how do you say it? I'm not sure how you say that. Not snow, but frost on the corners of the window. So we're just making that frost in this window. More Payne's gray. There you go. And I will add again, since I see this is just quite light right now that it's, you know, dried, I need to add a little bit more of that color, because my snowflakes won't show. They won't be visible if we leave it this light. Just taking it up a bit, and well, that is it. Now we'll dry it again and we'll do the snowflakes. And now this is dried, and you know what? Now that I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, I want to introduce here one more color, and it's going to be turquoise. I want that a little bit of turquoise in that window. So I will do that. I will just, without pre-wetting, I will just add that beautiful turquoise here. I'm just missing that one more color. So I'm gonna add it here to this edge of the window. And then again use my big round brush to smudge it a bit, to, you know, so that we don't have those harsh edges. A little bit more here, and you know, since since we're adding that turquoise, we can add just a little bit more Sienna and mix that together. Just add a little bit that Sienna, just reflecting maybe some sun outside, you know, and we can see that all through our window. And well, I suppose that is it. There you go, here. No. And now, so now that it's dried, when looking at this window, I'm quite happy with it and with our frosty glass. And right now we will remove our masking pen, masking marker fluid, I suppose. It's not fluid, but, and this is what we're left with. Some beautiful snowflakes. Just make sure to remove all of it. Of course, I'm using my finger. I'm always using my finger to remove masking fluid. I don't know why. They're pretty good tools for removing that, but somehow I always end up using my fingers. Okay, so we have a couple of snowflakes here, and we're gonna make a couple more with our gel pen. And well, those can be, I'm sorry, it's not working for some reason. There you go. They will be a bit thinner than those made with marker, because as I said, I don't have a fine tip marker. I did have it, but I just, well, didn't clean it well. Keep that in mind. Clean your masking marker because it will get clogged. So a couple of these, maybe some here. You know, you can paint your snowflakes just the way you like them. You don't have to make the same as I did. Maybe you have some other ideas how to draw them, paint them, or whatever. So you can do whatever you feel like. Every snowflake, as I hear, is different, so you just cannot go wrong. I suppose. These ones are quite heavy in their size, but it doesn't matter. We're adding some dots to them also. I hope you're having fun doing this. I hope I'm not boring you. And I hope you're painting along, because as you can see, this really is fun and quite enjoyable. So a couple of smaller ones here. Or not so small. As I said, this is your painting and you can do, you know, whatever you want. This is our snowflakes. I'm not sure how visible they are on camera. I hope you can see them. And you're not thinking, what is she painting? Yeah. because this is quite light. The background is quite light, but I think you can see them. I think you can see. Well, good enough. And as you can see, maybe even those done with gel pen are better than with masking fluid. So if you don't have a masking marker with fine tip, maybe it's better to leave them at the end and only use this gel pen. Smaller, couple of smaller ones. See, I'm just making, see, one line and duck, like that. It's simple. Maybe we'll make a little bit more of them in the corner. There you go. And you know what? Right now I will maybe use some also white gouache and make some splashes. You know, we all like splashes, so. And I will, for this, I will cover my window so I don't get just too many splashes on there. Didn't use enough water. There you go. This, I know for a fact that this white gouache is not that big, so drying it will be a little bit more transparent, so I'm adding quite a lot of it. And you know what? I'm just looking for my smaller brush. This one does, for some reason it does better splashes. A couple here, and that's it. I won't do anything anymore. And right now I'm looking at my, I'm just all also white from white gouache. And when I'm looking this, our window, I think we could do a little bit of that raw sienna on our window. There's just something missing, that, you know, some spark on that window, so I'm adding a little bit of sienna, and I will add a little bit more that, you know, grayish color. And I think it does look better. It does look better right now. And I will add a little bit more. So I'm taking ultramarine and that sepia and making again that grayish color, and I will add a little bit more of that grayish color right here at our window, because I do want it to be a little bit darker on the edges. Maybe not all of them, but just some parts here at corner and some parts here. And then just use this bigger brush to smudge it a little, but not too much. I want to leave maybe some harsher edge this time. So it does show that it's quite, you know, maybe fogged here. think to give something extra. And maybe that window also, just add a little bit of, again, that gray, sepia and ultramarine, and just maybe add that a little bit on the window also, on our glass. Just here, not the entire glass. So it does look a little bit, you know, frosted. And there you go. I don't think I want to do anything else. I think this is just fine. Maybe I'll add a little bit more white. No, well, and I will be we'll do much more. Because I think that our window is just all looking great, and I don't want to add anything more to it. I want it to stay a little bit delicate, not too saturated in color, just a little bit, you know, like winter, whitish, grayish, bluish. Oh, this one just won't go down, right? Come on. There you go. And this one. And there you go. This is our frosted window. Well, I hope you enjoyed this painting session. I hope you like this beautiful window. And please, if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, hit the like, maybe make some comment, say what you liked and what you didn't like about this video. And so let me know if you want me to keep doing this or not, if you just like for me to make a video without voiceover, and if you want it with voiceover, just also let me know. I really want to make this channel something that you will enjoy and something that it's for you, not so much for me, but more for you. I enjoy it anyway, trust me. I'm really enjoying this. So I would love to know what you want from me. I would love to know what you want me to paint, what you want me to do, how to make these videos. And well, this is something we all should enjoy and relax painting, and well, I think this was a fun session, but I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear your comments. And well, without further ado, I hope you'll join me next time. And well, until then, see ya, bye.